You are not free to use it as you see fit. Tú eres un esclavo de este puto negocio. ¿Cuándo vas a entender que lo primero es la familia? Hablemos. Let me tell you something. You learn nothing. You don't seem that interested in getting your girlfriend back. We all have issues. You got them. Thank you. ¿Por qué no me salvaste? I'm free friend.
What is this place, Grandma?
It was the magnificent Springer Mansion where your great-great-grandfather and great-great-grandmother met and fell in love.
You're going to be bleeding all over the place before you have enough flowers to fill the basket. Give me the shears.
That was the beginning of a romance that ended in a lifetime of love, loss, and heartache. As soon as she was able, Mother went back to work. We all needed her, especially my dad. He became an alcoholic before he was a man.
So, and he starts crying. You know, he just starts breaking down, and she's kissing him all over, and he's just crying like a baby. And then in the doorway behind them is, yeah, I see this girl. As soon as I walked through the door, she started. I didn't say nothing.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Baja California International Film Festival. I welcome you all because we're very excited as today is our last day of several panels that we've been doing throughout the festival. Greetings from the Baja California International Film Festival, broadcasting directly from the northern part of the Baja. My name is Vanje Tapia. I'm an actress / producer, and I'm also the founder of Actors / and co-producer of the festival in this edition, which is the first one online and the fourth one in presence, which unfortunately due to the COVID wasn't able to be able to happen, but it will happen in November. So I'm very excited to be here today with all of you because this morning we're introducing 4 amazing actors who truly give a good name to the actor/er world, meaning they are not waiting for that big opportunity to fall from sky or for their agents to do everything. They are very proactive as they also create opportunities, not only for them, but whoever joins into any of the ventures or any of the creations they do. So, actors / that's what it means. It's actors / producers / directors / writers, or any kind of creators who can put together a show or whatever performance for your entertainment. So saying that, I would like to invite these international, amazing, talented actors who I'm very proud to call my friends. Many of them, I've known them already for some time. And well, they're right here. So you saw a little bit of their work. They do a lot of things. And please, let's welcome these international actors. Let's start with this amazing lady. She is from France. She's been in the US for a long time. And she's an actor / producer / writer. Welcome, Catherine Fridey. Catherine, how are you? You there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you. Thank you so much to the Baja California International Film Festival and to Actor Slashers for inviting me.
Thank you so much for being here. It's like the third time you join some of the Actors/ events, which is very, very cool. I'm very happy to see that, and I welcome you a lot. So my second guest is going to be, well, that's a good friend. He was my roommate for a long time, and I still call him Rumi, and he's a very dear friend for Justin and I. And he's very creative. He's a great actor, very well known in Mexico. And you know him, I'm sure, as soon as you saw his name written. Welcome, Mario Corona. Rumi!
Hello!
Hola, you truly revealed yourself.
I'm revealing myself. Thank you so much, Banque. Thank you so much, Baja California International Film Festival, for having us. And I salute you, every one of you, Robert, Catherine, every one of you, Elena, and of course, Banque and Nelly, who shall be joining us a little bit later.
Thank you so much. Someone is passing me some good gifts here. And then our last guest and panelist, she's a very dear friend. Mario knows her as well. And she's incredibly generous, amazingly talented. She knows photography, still photography. She has been helping out. Every time I said something, Actors/ or I said, hey, my dear friend, would you come and help me for this? I have this event with the Mexican consulate. Would you come? And she's Colombian, and she is like, yes, sure, I'll do it. And now I need you to help me here and this. So would you please, whatever you need, she'll be there for you, always with an amazing smile, because on top of that, she has a beautiful smile. And she is beautiful. And if you mess up with her, she will kick your butt, because she is into martial arts. She'll tell us a little bit about it. Welcome, my dear friend, Elena Rojas. Elena, hola.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Banque and the Baja International Film Festival, for having me here. And hello, everyone. Thank you.
You see her smile? Didn't I tell you? That's Elena right there. Well, thank you guys really for being here. And since we already spent like 10 minutes in the introductions already, let's take advantage of all these 50 more minutes that we have. So for all the people who is connecting right now on Facebook, we can see you. Thank you so much. Please do write a comment. We're going to be reading all your comments and your questions from the Baja California International Film Festival page on Facebook and on Actors/fan page as well. So both of them. So stay with us, bear with us. We're going to try to read them one by one. If we can, we will address all of them, but we're going to give priority to the questions especially. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to do that. And if you repost it, please tag the festival. Please tag Actors/ and hashtag us both. So thank you so much. So guys, how are you doing in this? You know that the word quarantine is coming from cuarentena, right? So it's 40 days. It's supposed to be 14 days. They changed it somehow, but now it's been like 3 months. What have you guys been doing all this time? Catherine, what have you been doing in 40 days?
I think you forgot to mention Robert. He just...
Oh my God, I skipped Robert.
Popped up.
And Mario, and Robert is there. Robert, I'm so sorry.
No worries. No, not at all.
Wait. Let's rewind. Thank you, Mario. I'm like, I'm missing someone, but okay, it looks cool. So Robert, I'm so sorry.
Please, no worries.
You know what? Robert came, was it last year, Robert, to one of the events that I had at the consulate?
Some months ago, actually.
Yeah. He came to the, and look how impressed I am that I forgot to mention. I'm so sorry about that. And Robert, he came with his brother to one of the Actors/ events at the Mexican consulate. And he was just like, he came with his brother and he was just telling me, hi, Van, here, this is what you do. And these guys really, if you have an opportunity to go to their Instagram account, these guys have been nonstop. They're doing musical videos, both of them. Robert is an amazing actor. They're musicians. They do editing, they produce, they direct. They are from the UK and from Spain, and they grew up in New York, and then they are now established here in Los Angeles, where we're logging in, most of us. So you know what? Let's give a big applause, a round of applause to Robert. I'm just going to invite him more and more often. I'm so sorry that I missed him.
That's all right. Thank you. I also wanted to take an opportunity to say thank you so much for having me. I'm really honored to be a part of this panel, and thank you to Baja California International Film Festival. Thank you. As always, Banje, you are really a pioneer, and you are working so hard every day, constantly. So thank you so much for having me.
And it's been so long that I forget to mention my guests. I'm so sorry about that. I'm just gonna go to the toilet and sick my face for 5 minutes. Okay. So I was asking, what have you guys been doing in these 3 months of not solitude, because I think we've been connecting with more people than before, but Catherine, tell us what you've been doing.
I have been doing a lot of things online. I also study flamenco, and it's been like a really great opportunity for me to do a lot more of that because of the opportunities online. And I also have been writing, doing a lot of writing. I have an audition, actually, a taped audition due Monday, which I have not. I had one audition right before the lockdown, and then this is the first one I've had since. So I'm preparing that, and like I said, I'm working on a couple screenplays. I've done a lot of writing, rewriting.
That's very good.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, that's the spirit. That's how it's been. And also you have more time for your personal, for you. I mean, flamenco. I took flamenco classes sometime back in Mexico City, and I suck. I discovered that I have two left foot.
I do too sometimes, don't worry.
It's good to know. And how about you, Robert? What have you been doing?
Oh, well, so I'm just trying to stay as busy as possible, to stay as sane as possible. I don't know if we're succeeding, but doing what we can. You know, I had a few things right before all the coronavirus happened, so that's sort of been ruminating in the background. And then, as you said before, my brother is here with me, so we have the unique position that we get to write, produce, and discuss, and just keep working on new ideas that we are very excited about. A lot of them are just like, you know, things that we've always dreamed of doing, so we decided, why not do them ourselves?
That's excellent, because yeah, I've seen you doing those videos and things like that. You guys are amazing, and musicians.
Thank you. Thank you.
And speaking of another musician, Mario, you're also a musician yourself. What have you been doing? Well, Mario, you know what? He's been even directing and sending crazy things. Tell us about.
Well, thank you so much for the introduction. I don't consider myself as a musician, but I play the piano, as you know. We were roomies, by the way, so that was quite an introduction. Thank you so much for that, Banje. But I've been having a chance of playing the piano a little bit, to rehearse a little bit, and have some tunes that I have in mind, and I've been shooting some stuff. I've been let me introduce you to my blue screen right here.
Yeah,
I'm shooting some my 5th short film as we speak, and it's been crazy.
In these 40 days, right? In these 40 days mean
90 days. Closely, 3
months. Yeah, 3 months, but you know, we call it quarantena.
Yeah, but that's what I've been doing.
And some of them, you've been directing them as well, right?
All of them except one, just one. Because that was an interesting thing, because they had an initiative that started in Costa Rica with 3 guys, and then just spread it to Mexico. And then all of a sudden ended up with 300 guys across probably 13 countries. And one of them was Germany, and it was directed by a German director, remote. And it was it was quite interesting because it was midnight in Mexico City and it was 7 o'clock in Germany, Berlin time. So it was kind of a interesting stuff, definitely.
In fact, the very first one, you know, guys, we had a lot of quarantine challenges, the self-tape challenge, and then all these short films and
monologue challenge
and everything. That's what Mario has been doing. How about you, Elena? Lenita Linda.
Well, in these 3 months, I've been doing kind of a lot of stuff. First, I did begin a project, a YouTube channel for cooking.
I've seen that
Christian
one.
Garcia.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's only like cooking. He's cooking, and I film and I edit. It's a project of 2 people, so we film, we edit, and we put it on YouTube. Trying to get subscribers, followers, whatever it is, you know, and that is really fun. We have this idea, it's called Wild Chow. We have this idea before of this pandemic, because the idea of Wild Chow sounds like going to the forest and all this kind of thing. So we was doing the pre-production for this show, and all this happened. So we said, what are we gonna do? Okay, let's just film inside home, you know? So we begin the project anyways. We don't stop because we had to stay inside. So after all this happened, the idea is film more outside in the forest, going to camping and cook. And that is one thing. And the other thing is like I have this project called Toy Time with Tia. It's a kids show too. I'm the host and the producer and whatever it is, ////. So we began this project 1 year ago, but because YouTube changed the rules, so the kids show cannot get monetized or something like that. So we stopped the project because that was a lot of work just for nothing.
What?
And I just realized, yes, and I just realized that you can still get try to get monetized. So we are kind of again playing the game with Toy Time with Tia, like showing the videos again, promoting the Instagram. So basically, it's these 2 projects that I've been doing. Like it's like full-time job. And I just yesterday I have a meeting call, an online meeting with Dylan Wilson. It's a friend of mine. It's a stunt coordinator. It's an actor / stunt coordinator.
Beautiful.
And he has this idea. So he had this idea. He put a team of like around 12 or 13 actors that know some kind of martial arts or like to do action movies. So he's putting together this project. It's called 3 Minutes Action Movies. So we just had a meeting. How is the rules and everything? So we're gonna produce like 8 3 minutes movies action during these coming months. So I'm very excited about it because I train a little bit Muay Thai, that is kickboxing before, and I really like it. I'm not a fighter or nothing like that, but I really like the challenge in a project to fight and move and do choreograph, you know, all this kind of stuff. So I'm really excited about it.
Elenita, and you have used your martial arts experience in different projects. Like I met you on a short and sweet festival because you were performing precisely a story that involves someone who does your martial art. So you've been using it to your advantage a lot.
Yes. When I came to Los Angeles, I said I want to change my career, and I want the people don't look me too much dramatic or always cry and always the good girl. So I begin to train Muay Thai, and then I create a monologue about Muay Thai fighter, and then the short and sweet of International Film Festival came up, and I participate with Mick Garcia. This is a really good friend of mine. We made 10 minutes play. It's called Aprender a Caer. It's about a Muay Thai fighter. So we won that year, and we traveled to Sydney, Australia to perform with the 10-minute piece.
So how do you guys see the comeback of reopening everything. Unfortunately, just as 2 days ago, China is having another wave of the COVID, and it's unfortunately it's coming back. And the fact that some people do follow the rules and some people don't, it's kind of like causing this virus to stay a little longer. And so unfortunately, some places who reopened too early and they started to take measurements too late are having cases, like it's the case of Florida or Texas. And so now Hollywood is reopening as for this week. How do you guys see that? Mario is in Mexico right now. Catherine is in Arizona, but the other three, Elena, Robert, and I.
Please don't say Arizona.
You're not in Arizona? No, you're in New Mexico. That's true. Wow. You see, guys, I did my homework.
That's okay. That's okay. Everyone confuses us. That's all right.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
And so how do you guys see the comeback of reopening and working again the economy and the Hollywood for us? Because some of the measurements that they have taken is like, we are going to be all sets, all productions companies, everybody's going to be wearing their face mask, and they're going to wear gloves, and they're going to just like sanitize everything all the time. Every 5 minutes, everybody's going to wash their hands and everything. And then once you are on set, only the right people, the people who really needs to be there, the people who really need to be there, they will be there. But as for the actor, there will be a moment that the actor has to remove their mask and they have to have makeup. I was going to have a makeup artist the other day as a guest, and she canceled me because she was forced to come back to work for the company who was kind of like sponsoring her unemployment insurance that she was collecting. So she was forced to go to work, and she was so nervous. And she says, I'm just so stressed because I'll be able to cover up myself, but then I'm going to be using the makeup to an actor. And of course, I'm going to be changing the palettes, and I'm going to be changing the brushes. But what if the actor has COVID and he doesn't even know, or she doesn't even know? And the actor is the only one who's going to have to uncover their face. What do you guys think about these measurements? Do you guys feel safe to come back to work right now? Elena, let's start with you. How do you feel?
I no agree with coming back so soon, because with all the riots and all these things that have been happening, it's a lot of people that are being outside and are being exposed to this already. So I think another wave is going to come.
Right, you don't agree, you disagree, right?
And but in the other side, we need to work, so sometimes you think, okay, they are calling me for do this. I already have like 2 jobs I work in a photo industry as well, so I already like booked 2 jobs for the photo industry, but I can be covered and mask and wearing the gloves and taking all the measurements, but so far as an actress, I think I'm not ready yet to go out to just be uncovered. I've been inside home the 3 months. I only be out really much, like 3 or 4 times outside of the door of my house. So I've been really, 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 really careful with all the situation and trying to follow all the measurements on the rules that that the city or the healthcare says. So yeah, that made me feel a little bit nervous, like what is going to happen is going to come back bigger. So I think so far, just if you had to do it, just do the best that you can to protect yourself and protect others.
Yeah, I also agree. I have been trying to quarantine as much as possible, as strictly as possible. And so like, I know that there are different studios taking different measures. Spain reopened about, if I'm not mistaken, like 2 weeks ago. They also have a lot of security measures in place. But I'm just seeing that and I think Tyler Perry Studio is doing something where they're basically bringing in all the cast and crew to a location because they own I guess the whole distribution. And so they're just kind of keeping everyone on set until the project is done. Nobody leaves, nobody comes in besides the people that are already there. So that's like one way is sort of, okay, we quarantine the whole production.
That's excellent. Yeah, I've heard that and it's working great. You can even go get some coffee or anything. If you need anything, they'll bring it to you. Yeah, it's excellent.
Yeah, and then I think there was some information that like the Jurassic Park movie that's coming out, they're pumping, I don't know how many millions of dollars into all of the safety measures they can, but I think that once you start opening and you start having large groups of people, the risk is there. And even if you're wearing a mask or not, I don't know how effective it'll be if these multi-million-dollar productions, I don't know how they're going to do it. We could green screen it all or blue screen like Mario was showing us, exactly one at a time in the background. Yeah, it's really a tough.
Mario, what do you think?
Well, let's not forget about history. History has been teaching us what happened exactly 100 years ago with the so-called Spanish flu, which actually had a second wave in 1920, which is 100 years ago exactly.
The same year, like
the same year, a second wave, and it took probably like 50 million people dead. So it was a death toll. So we have to learn from that so we don't repeat the mistakes all over again. And we live in pre-vaccine times. So as long as there's not a vaccine, we cannot be sure about what was going to happen next. And so we have to take measurements and protocols. I've been reading about some of the SAG-AFTRA protocols for actors because we're actually, unfortunately, we're the most vulnerable people on stage, because sooner or later we have to remove those masks and we have to, do some love scenes or fight scenes. So we're gonna be in touch with our colleagues and peers. So we have to take more precautions of that. I was reading about the testing, like the rapid testing or something that can be done within an hour or so, and then you can be tested repeatedly, like 3 or 5 days a week, and that could be something. But in the meantime, we have to still learning because it's a novel virus, and we have to still learn about that thing.
Yeah, and SAG has been sending messages like, do not sign, because a lot of companies will be taking advantage, and they will ask you to sign up a release form if you get sick during the set.
Yikes.
It's on you. So
like a waiver, you mean like releasing?
Exactly, it's a waiver. And even if you don't say you don't get the virus, if you harm yourself, if you hurt yourself or something else, it's not going to be covered. So SAG has been warning us. And for those who don't know what SAG means, it's the Screen Actors Guild in the US. It's the Association for Actors Who Protect Us, and whoever we are from that. They just keep warning us, please do not sign any waiver, do not do it, be careful. So, so Catherine, what do you think?
I have severe asthma, so I'm in kind of a high risk group. So yes, I had read the same thing as Amadio about how they were going to be testing actors, and that reassures me a little bit. But like you said, until there's a vaccine, I don't think we'll be 100% safe. I think everybody on set was tested, then it would be different. I think that would be a good idea. If everybody who comes on a set, everybody should be tested to make sure, even if they're going to be wearing masks. I mean, I don't know. I think I would feel better if everybody on set had been tested and had tested negative.
That's exactly right. Yeah, Mario, sorry.
I believe, no, I was thinking this panel is about creating opportunities, and this is a perfect time for all the world to create an opportunity to live in a new era, so to speak. So we have to think about what's going on the outside so we can reflect it on our inside. and to be better human beings. So I don't know.
Exactly, to think about one another. Like, I was just the other day at a big grocery store, and this guy was just making a big deal because he won't let me in because he wasn't wearing a mask. And the big store is actually Costco. And the Costco people say, sorry, we care about the rest of our clients who care about the others.
Yeah.
And those are the only ones who are coming in. So you are not going to come to my store if you don't wear a mask. But I don't have it. I don't know if you don't have it. In fact, I don't think you know if you have it or not. You can't just be, yeah, because it doesn't show up until 14 days later.
Right.
So you have to be very careful about that. But so changing a little bit of the subject and coming back to what all of us are doing, we really have been required to have green screens, blue screens, as much equipment at home so we can be more proactive and take advantage of the resources that we have at our place. That's another option. But going into a production who's going to put everybody on a quarantine, it's a great, great option. I will feel very, very secure and very happy if that was the case, if I get invited. And I'm sure my agents and my managers will just send me to those jobs. I hope so. So Mario, I remember you mentioned a couple of weeks ago some agreement or something that you read about China and actors. Do you want to talk about that? I think it was
agreement. China and actors.
It was about, you had a question that you asked me to talk about. In fact, we were going to talk about this, that you read that now actors can be, till we come back to that. Let me find it.
All right.
And yeah, you texted me, like you had a question, like it will be great if we can talk about this. But
I believe it was not a question, but it was probably a situation because it was happening, because I have an Ecuadorian friend who lives in LA, and he's been shooting some films in China, and there's been some partnership between these countries, and so I was wondering if it would be the new now of China, so to speak. So the new boat that came all the way from China to the Americas to bring some of the culture. So it's probably an exchange or something.
Yeah, probably was that, and it's a great idea. Hopefully the COVID won't stop us about that. So now, right, about being more proactive in what you guys could be doing, and now we already know that Elena is about to embark in a new project with the martial arts things. Mario, for instance, you had the 10th anniversary of Las Aparicio just recently, which is a very famous TV show in Mexico that happened 10 years ago, and it went worldwide in any Spanish-speaking country, and probably they translate it into a different language. Do you guys have anything on the air that you would like to advertise, that you would like to talk about?
Well, actually, we had that was like three and a half weeks ago, and we had a Zoom party, and we read the first episode of the series, of the whole thing. So it was a nice thing to do for the people.
And I read that people were asking for a comeback. Do you know anything about it for the series?
No, I mean, yeah, I've been listening to that for numbers of years now, for 10 years now, and the people wanted to have a second season, but they made a movie, but it was not as successful as the would-be second season. So, but it's up to the producers for sure.
Got it. And Catherine, we opened this segment with one of your short films that you produced. We didn't see you on the scene because you wrote it and you produced it. You want to talk about that project?
Sure. I actually, I did do a little background in the film. This film is called Overturned Bucket, and it's based on an award-winning memoir by New Mexico author Rose Spader. And I wrote a short script, proof of concept, actually. She would like it to be a feature eventually, if we can get the funding, of course. And it's based on several generations of her family, especially the women here in New Mexico, starting, you know, hundreds of years back. New Mexico has been, you know, inhabited by Spanish-speaking people, and before that, Native American people. She has some Picuris Pueblo roots as well. So it's a really interesting story that I think deserves to be told. And so I directed and co-produced it, and we shot it in New Mexico over a few weekends. And it's been in a few film festivals. And like I said, we're hoping that one of these days, you know, there's enough interest to make a feature film.
And are you, in these 3 months, what have you been writing? Are you ready for another one?
I've been writing features, actually working more on features. Actually, one is a buddy action comedy and one of the characters is Asian. I think it would be great if I could find, again, some production partners in Asia for this screenplay. And also working on another comedy. I've written, you know, all genres except horror. There's always a little bit of a fantasy element in my scripts. That's kind of my favorite genre. I think maybe when we come out of this, maybe I know some people are writing pandemic scripts.
Right.
I'm not interested in writing a pandemic script. I think when people come out of here, I mean, I admire people who are going to be able to do that. I think will want to move on from it. And maybe people will want to laugh when we finally get on the other side of this.
That's a good way to see it. That's a good way to see it.
And I've written another Christmas script called The Dickens of a Christmas. I actually co-wrote Enchanted Christmas, which was the first Christmas film on Hallmark to feature Latino lead characters and actors. So I'm following also by writing another Christmas script. And now that one is finished, and I'm actively trying to market that one. So I have been busy doing a lot of those things.
That's good. You, aside of English and French, you understand a little Spanish, right?
Yes, it was my minor in college, so I speak it. You know, I watch like a telenovela, you know.
You do?
Yeah, whenever I can. 100 días para enamorarse is the one I watch.
Okay.
I've never seen that one, but that's good. That's good that you've been kind of like trying to hook up with the Latino.
Yeah, I think it's important. And here in New Mexico, it's, you know, it's almost half of the people here, you know, are Latino.
That's very good to know. So,
très bien, très bien, très bien.
Très bien, très bien. In Mario also.
Parle très bien.
Très bien, oui.
Yeah. In Mario also, I mean, many of you guys speak like different languages. Mario, yeah, exactly. Robert, how many languages do you speak? That's also very helpful. It's an amazing tool.
Yeah, oh, yes. Absolutely. English and Spanish growing up, and then I learned some French. Studied a little Japanese, really have to work on that.
Wow. Konnichiwa.
Japanese, that's amazing.
So nice.
In your English, it's like between New Yorker and British.
Yeah. Well, I was raised mostly in New York, and then in Spain as well. So I guess I had a lot of exposure to that accent, and I really enjoyed it, especially watching Harry Potter and everything growing up. So it's something that you know, just kind of stuck to in my brain, so to speak. Yeah. And I wanted to say something. I totally agree with Catherine about the idea that, you know, moving away from quarantine themed projects, you know, one of the most fascinating things I read about was that, like, during the war era, and musicals became such a popular theme that people wanted to see, and it was mainly as an escape. So that's part of the reason the short film that my brother and I have been working on it's a film festival called SF3. It's really cool. It's a mobile film festival. I really recommend, you know, everyone take a look. It's super like relaxed rules, really kind of, you can be creative and do whatever you really like. And so for that, we wanted to have this idea of how do we get as far away from our house as possible. And so the theme is basically like this fantasy escape through art, and then we kind of have this medieval scene. So we're really excited about that.
Sounds interesting.
Using a green screen, of course.
Yeah.
That actually sounds like a great idea. If you need any help, we all are set up and help. Mario is right there, Elena. What amazes me about Elena, if you guys have a chance to follow her, she lives in a small apartment, but she found a little space for everything. Every day she works out there, no excuses, and it's very inspirational. She does her abs, she does any exercises. I go to the park, I have a park, and I go with my mask and everything, but she does things that she probably wouldn't be able to do outside. And she, so she works out, and then if she has to do her recordings, she has her little section. And if she has to do her self-tapes, she goes to the kitchen and puts the camera. I mean, guys, really, there are no excuses. Nowadays, it's mandatory, really. Tell us, Elena, tell us what's your everyday, your morning routine?
Well, it depends. Like sometimes I feel like not everyone, every day you have the good mood or you wake up happy or with the energy to do something. So the thing that I do is like when I wake up with this good energy to creative energy, so I use it all. So I have like so I have like different things. I wake up, I work out just 30 minutes at home, really small space, and I make tea or coffee and have breakfast, and we decide with Chrissy and my husband if we're gonna do we're gonna film any episode of Wild Child, or if we're going to, now that we are going to do again Toy Time with Tia. So thinking ideas about what we're going to do, because Toy Time with Tia is a lot of animation and green screen. So that means a big setup in the small space that we have. For now, we have mostly the setup in the kitchen with the light, with next to the window to film the cooking section. And then if it's filming, obviously it's editing, is the whole day editing. I also in this community YouTube, Mamás YouTuber Unidas, I'm not a mom, but I'm part of that community because I have my kids show. So we support each other with promoting our videos and watching the videos and tell us what is better or what is the next episode should be, things like that. So I'm very excited about that. And that take me a lot of time to do that homework. I call it homeworks because it's me on the cell phone or on the laptop, just like checking everybody's videos and things like that too. And we take time to cook something good, enjoy a good meal, and watch a movie. We say, oh, let's cook something good and watch a movie. So we watch a movie. And I think that's it. My day ends like at 12 p.m. pretty much. So at the end of the day, oh my God, I have friends that text me or something. I ended up like, oh, it's already 1 a.m. How am I gonna text them, you know? So I know, hi, and it's 1 a.m. But it's pretty much my day. And this weekend we are in San Diego. We are visiting family. It's been a long time, like 32 days. We haven't been out. So this third time. So we are visiting family to enjoy with Father's Day and birthdays and stuff. So I'm here, and I was supposed to do the interview in the room, but I had to go inside the closet because they begin to cut the grass. So that's why I'm in the closet.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Literally in the closet.
Yeah, come out of the closet.
Right.
I know that, right, Mario?
Yeah, your closet studio.
It's my closed studio. It's my walk-in closet, and I turn it into my recording booth. And I've done things for Europe, for Mexico, for everywhere. So every corner counts. So when you say we, Elena, you mean your husband? Chris?
Yeah, yeah. He works in the photo industry as well. And he is the one that do the animations for Tia. He does the backgrounds for Tia. If you check it out, the YouTube channel is Toy Time with Tia. It's a really cute show. And he works in the photo industry. He knows about photography, about lighting. We have equipment at home, so we don't need nothing. We have everything at home. We have cameras, we have lights, you know, like we can do a whole production without going outside.
That's amazing. You know, I have a partner in crime, which is my husband. He's not in the entertainment industry. You guys know Justin, but he helps me for a lot of things. But Catherine and Robert has his brother, so they help one another. But for Catherine and Mario, you guys, do you have anyone who can help you? You guys set up everything when you have to do it.
Well, no, I live alone. Like for the taped audition, my sister is coming tomorrow to help me because I can't really do it by myself. I mean, I did do some of these self-tape challenges by myself, and it was extremely difficult. You know, I mean, I can't, when they ask you to zoom in, I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't have the camera head and shoulders and then try and zoom in when I'm standing all the way over here, unless my arm is like Gumby, you know, it stretches forever. It is difficult for me right now to do anything that has to do with filming by myself.
Right. And Mario, that doesn't seem to be a problem for you.
You have everything.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah. I work for myself, and a very good tool is that I can use the Final Cut to edit, and I can do what you were lacking of, Catherine, which is the zoom in, zoom back. So I can do that digitally, like later, and I can think about the just framing myself just at the center of the frame, and that's it. And little stuff, but yeah, that's the way to do it. Sometimes I've been rediscovering myself and rethinking about how to do this better and better every single new shoot.
Meaning like on the post-production, when you are editing and you're ready to send it, that's when you will zoom in, zoom out, or whatever. Yeah, that's an excellent idea.
Yeah.
And Mario, how do you do it when you need a replica, when you need someone, a partner, a reader?
I try to look for him or her, but it has been some kind of impossible task in a way. So I recorded myself with a dialogue and a neutral voice, and that's it. And then just give it the time, because it's gonna be our new recording. And then I just use that for when I start editing. And then I just change that voice into my new voice, and then I just pitch the voice or high pitch the voice or whatever I need.
Yes, I have a technique. I use my old phone, so I record myself reading the partner, because sometimes I don't like to bother, or I don't have help really, even if I with someone. So I record in the old phone the lines, making the space that I had to say my lines, right? So then I play and I press record, and that's it.
That was plan B. That was plan B if I couldn't get my sister to come over.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's hard, but it works.
Oh, it definitely works.
And it's what is recommended, like to re-record yourself or have the reader next to your screening, and then just have a friend and their cell phone next to it, so you can read it from. So any plans, guys, that you have in the coming future? Mario, did you make it to you were gonna apply for one of the contests in Mexico City for what was it?
That was the Fábrica del Cine, which is Gaston Pavlovich, which is he's one of the executive producers from The Irishman.
The Irishman.
He's Mexican, and he sent that over social media and Twitter and that stuff, and asking for people, if you're a filmmaker, whether you're a filmmaker or not, then you should do this 5-minute film about what's going on in your quarantine, like many topics. It could be like essential topics, like how is your quarantine doing, like the on a very personal level, like what's your quarantine like, and how can be learned from that. So that was the experience, and I did it last week. And then I'm shooting for the Mexican consulate in LA for the Film the Future.
Film the Future.
Film the Future, yeah.
For the
That's what I'm doing now.
That's a great, great thing. If anyone is watching and Catherine and, well, you need to actually live, this will apply for Robert. You need to live in Los Angeles. The Mexican consulate, I've been supporting and been a big collaborator to them because they've been so kind to us as well, to Actors and whole last year, I was just screaming. Everybody's
and screaming.
Work, yeah, and screaming too. Everybody's work. We were showcasing every month an Actors event up until February, and we had to cancel the one in March. And that's why I started doing this. But they're putting together a contest. It's a short film contest. And Robert, take note with your brother because you have 3 days left. If you have an idea how you want the future, it's the contest is
do it.
Yeah.
Just do it, Robert.
Film the future in 58 seconds or less with your cell phone, share it on your Instagram account, tag the CCCM, which is the Centro Cultural Cinematográfico de Mexico, which is part of the consulate on the cultural affairs, and CC them. I have it on Actors as well. You can take a look.
Okay.
And then go and really, really do it because it's amazing. They have three, the first and second place. I think the first place wins like $1,000 plus a NALIP membership for a year, or I don't know exactly what's going to be the membership for, a scholarship. And then the third place, and also you get a membership for the Mexican Chamber of Commerce. And then the second place gets the same except $500. And it's amazing because really all you have to do is tell them, express on your screen, on your cell phone, how you see the future that you like, the world that you want to live in. And it's a great opportunity. So Catherine, if you have a friend in Los Angeles and you would like to team up with, probably do it and make scenes from New Mexico maybe, and you just do your own scenes or just say it, and then just team up with a friend who is in Los Angeles, because that's one of the requirements. You have to be an Angelino. It's an amazing, so take a look or go to the website. It's the Film the Future event, or go to the Mexican consulate. Either way, the Centro Cultural Cinematográfico.com or the Mexican consulate. You'll see all the information right there. And we're reposting it and sharing on Actors as well. And you've seen the same information as well here at the Baja California International Film Festival. And everything is on Instagram. So Mario, you got that. I'm very glad. Did you finish on time or are you still working on it?
No, I finished on time and now I'm editing the other one, the new one.
So you have 7. I was part of your
No, this is the 5th. This is the 5th.
The 5th.
Yeah.
For different contests and different
contests.
Yeah, because at the Mexican consulate it's only one. You can only
do
one. I was actually, Justin and I were part of your first one. How did that one go? It was a quarantine. What was the name of the contest?
It was Cuarentena Film Festival. It's a quarantine film festival based in Madrid in Spain. And it was about that. And they was doing this for the first time, and they had like probably 1,100 short films. So that was crazy. Over a period of a month or so, like 3.5 weeks or a month. But that was crazy. I was a little bit worried because I was thinking about myself, and maybe I can make it on time, but I did. And they just send a reply. They reply to me and say, hey, don't worry about it. We have this under control. So just give us time. And your short film was going to be there at their Instagram page.
And that was like a 2-minute project, right?
That was a 2-minute project.
And it was only Justin and I, directed by Mario online through WhatsApp, I think. He wrote it, he directed it, he edited it, he produced it, and he acted on it. So you see, guys, there's no excuses.
The vampire, the one with the vampire?
That one with the vampire.
The one with the vampire. You saw it, Catherine.
Yeah, I saw it. It was great. Yeah, congratulations. It was good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, the fan.
I'm glad you saw it. Yes.
Yeah.
That's good to know. So guys, who is someone in your career, in your life, that had inspired you to become an actor or filmmaker, or someone who really, you probably thought, wow, I want to be like him, with my own voice, of course, not identical, but like someone who really inspired you to be where you are? Do you have anyone? Catherine?
You know, I started out as a visual artist. So, I mean, I guess, you know, the Impressionist painters, the pre-Raphaelite painters inspired me there. And then when I started writing, I think I didn't write prose, even though I still may write a novel. That's still kind of I would like to do that eventually, but I started writing screenplays, I think, because they are visual. And as far as cinema in general, I think one of my favorite directors is probably Christopher Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
I really like his vision. I mean, like I love Inception. You know, I know I've watched it with people who are like, I don't get it. Like it's like
right.
It's too complicated. But I just love that movie, and a lot of his other movies. Just I like his vision. I also like Patty Jenkins. You know, I really like what she did with Wonder Woman. I mean, as far as a woman director, I really like everything that she's doing. Somebody like that, I guess, would be inspiring me now, you know, in the present day, would be somebody like her.
Mm-hmm.
And how about your favorite movie, your favorite book?
Oh, my favorite movie is Amadeus.
Oh, yeah, Tom Hulce.
Yeah, I just love
Mozart.
Yeah, about Mozart. It's because, you know, it took classical music, and it's based on a play, but totally turned it on its head. And I really love that movie. I really love silent cinema. I love Metropolis and Nosferatu. There's something about silent cinema that's when I'm writing, I think about, because you should take out the dialogue in a screenplay and it still should be understandable. The dialogue is kind of like, you know, I love great dialogue, but it's kind of the icing on the cake, you know, when you write dialogue, but because cinema is a visual medium. And those are inspired me. Books. I cried yesterday because Carlos Ruiz Zafón passed away.
Oh, he passed away.
Yeah, he passed away, and he's my favorite writer. One of my favorite writers. I'm not going to say my favorite, but definitely one of my favorite writers. So that has kind of resonated with me recently because it's so new.
How about you, Robert?
For me,
three questions. Who inspires you, your favorite book, and your favorite movie?
Well, for the inspiration, it's definitely got to be two really tremendous friends of mine. They're also next level when it comes to their acting skill and acting, teaching, everything else. Assumpta Serna, Assumpta, and then Scott Cleverton. They've been basically, I studied with them, I worked with them, and now I'm super close with them, and they're really the mentors that I find in my life right now. You know, when I was first with them, I just feel like it's been a total evolution, and they were really the driving inspiration for this idea of self-sufficiency as an actor, where, you know, you have to create your own opportunities and you have to keep going. And they do this amazing daily live stream where they just talk about acting techniques and teaching, and they do great coaching. So if you do get a chance, they form some of the top people in Spain. So it's always amazing to watch them work. In terms of books, I don't know if it's my favorite book, but it's the book that I find has struck me the hardest in my life, and it's actually Memoirs of a Geisha.
Great book.
It really, there was something about it that I never forget. And then what was the third question?
Your book and your favorite movie, but
so favorite movie, really difficult, but
that's hard. There's so many.
But the movie that has a very special place in my heart, I've seen it way too many times, Devil Wears Prada.
Okay.
Really?
Classic, has the highest budget for wardrobe in the history of film. Just such a classic. Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, you can't go wrong.
Right.
Amazing. Hey, Robert, someone is asking here, Justin is asking here, what's the lighting that you're using? Despite you have light behind you, your face looks very well. You want to show us what you have in front of you? You want to
Sure. My setup isn't set up to look great from all 360 degrees, but
wow, that's perfect.
Is just the little light I have on my table, which is a mess, so I'm not going to show you. And then I don't know if it also helps, but then like the blinds are angled up, so that way the light won't kind of bounce down at over here and blow the background out.
Make shadows. Make shadows in your face.
That's perfect. That's perfect. You know, he knows. He knows. Elena, how about you?
Oh, let me see. It's too many questions to think about it. I think I'm gonna go for my favorite movie is Spirited Away, and it's in Spanish is El Viaje de Chihiro. Is by Hayao Miyazaki. So I don't know this. I watched this movie like long time ago, and since I watched it, it's a movie that is in my heart. Like I always feel inspiration watching it again or hearing the music. The soundtrack is amazing. It's really like I got chill just thinking about talking about it. So that inspires me a lot. And I don't have like someone that I say I want to be like her or something like that. I just several people, but I always follow like my intuition or my feelings about creating, and all these things or these feelings and intuition about creating comes from my grandmother Miriam. That everything that I am now is thanks to her, because she always inspired me to do stuff and creating stuff and follow my dreams as a musician first, because I began as a musician, and then now as an actress. She is now not with us no more, but I always think of her when I'm doing something. She always inspired me to do big things and things that last forever.
Beautiful.
And so you got like more books, or what is it?
Well, I don't have like a book specific, like a specific book that I like. Recently, I've been reading a lot of books more about acting stuff. The Voice in Me. I don't remember exactly the title, but I have it there. I have it like I carry in a plastic bag with me, and I always read a little bit about it. And I've been reading like different kind of books about marketing as well, because as an actor, we need to learn about how to marketing ourselves as well. We always think about always do the art, but who show the art and how to show the art to people. So that is really important too.
I'm glad you're talking about that, because it's very important that you market yourself out there and be careful what you share on your personal accounts, on your public accounts actually, because everybody's watching. And sometimes they will Google you and look at you. And if you are totally talking about terrible things about this product, they're never going to hire you for a future commercial, or saying bad things about someone or whatever you want. Or just yesterday, we were talking about social media, and it was just, there's some actors who all they show is bikini, or you know, which is perfectly fine. That works for them, and they have tons of followers. But they're not really showing very much about their acting, which is also very respectful. Everybody has to choose a path and what you want to show. So be careful with that, but definitely go out there and show yourself that whatever the path you choose, do it and be present on the internet as much as you can. Rumi.
Yes. I'm here. So
you left a lot of good books here, like 5 books. Those
I know.
Back there on as a coffee table. In the coffee
but I'll be back. I'll be back. Just like Arnold said, I'll be back.
You want to talk about those books and talk about your movies and who inspired you? You have a very good story with someone, a big movie star.
Yeah, I love movies, but definitely the one that took my heart was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. That was a long time ago when I was a little kid. And when I saw it, it was like, okay, adventure you know, traveling, archaeology, history, blah, 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 blah. This whole world took me by heart. And now I became a traveler. I'm not an archaeologist, of course, but I became a dreamer, so to speak. And 10 years later, after watching that movie, I met Harrison Ford on the set of Clear and Present Danger in Mexico, actually. And it was amazing. It was like it's a whole new episode for me. So I can talk about this later or any other time. But other than that, I don't have a personal favorite book because I like to read about astronomy. I like to read about several stuff like acting as well and directing and history as well. So, but I like poems about the Mexican poet named Jaime Sabines. He's probably my best poet and writer for that particular stuff.
Okay, and you were saying, well, it's very funny that I was going to say, but something that I remember that it didn't affect you, but you mentioned it in one of your interviews. You want to tell us something funny about your childhood? You want to tell us about that anecdote that you have about with a lion?
Oh, the one with a lion. Okay. I was 4 years old. I was in the middle of the street. I was walking with my mom and a friend of hers, and all of a sudden I just wanted to go to the bathroom, to the loo, right? Like they say in Britain. I wanted to go there, and they just took me all the way stairs down, and they just found a place where all the tables were like upside down, and then all of a sudden there was this little silhouette that came from the background, just came to me, and I thought it was like it's a big dog, but it was not a big dog. It happened to be a lion cub, and just he wanted to play with me, and then minutes later I was in the bathroom, and with plenty of blood all over my body and stuff. My mom saved me, and then she just took me, and I was 4 years old, but it's not funny anecdote, but it was something. It was funny. It became funny later because we went to the hospital.
A lion just came.
Yeah, we went to the hospital, and my mom said, "We have an emergency. My son, he just got attacked by a lion cub," and they were like, "What? A lion cub? Okay, take him to emergency right there, right there." So that was the funny part.
Was a lion in a restaurant? I mean, they were very kind, allowing you to come to the bathroom and use the bathroom probably when the restaurant was closed. But
yeah, apparently they had a show with this lion, and they were washing out the cage, and the lion was just roaming in and around. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Guys, we have to go now, but before we go, I want you to tell our audience, where can you be found? Your website and your social media. Catherine, let's start with you.
Okay, so social media, you can look me up under my name, Catherine, Catherine, F like Frank, Ridey, almost like Friday, but not exactly. And my website my production company is called Enchanté Productions, and my website is ENCHANTE production without the S.com. My actor website, which I have not updated, and after watching Justin's thing yesterday, really update these websites. It's under my name. And I think I have, that would be the best way under on Twitter, I am under Time Travel Team, which is the name of an animated series I created. And so originally it was going to be my heroine, recounting her adventures on Twitter, but I've kept that handle. So Time Travel Team, I love time travel. I've written a few scripts about that. So it is still appropriate.
In fact, I met you in a time travel show.
Yes, exactly.
That's true, yeah.
Yes, it was the show that had to do with time travel.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's good. Oh, Catherine, thank you so much.
Thank you.
How about you, Elena? We're saying goodbye now.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. That was really nice to get together with you guys and for all of you guys that are watching. And I want to say something like, please do a little exercise once in a while during the week. When you wake up with the energy to create something, go for it. When you wake up, don't feeling that doing nothing, just don't do nothing. You can do that. Like just for once, it's okay to do it. And eat healthy, and yeah, that's it. And yeah, you can find me under my name, Elena Rojas. Depends what you're looking for. If it's a photographer, Elena Rojas photographer. And if it is as an actress, Elena Rojas Film. And Facebook as Elena Rojas as well. And Twitter is Elena Rojas Film as well. Pretty much Elena Rojas Film, you can find me. Thank you.
It's all about Elena Rojas.
Yeah.
How about you, Robert?
Well, mine's pretty simple. Mine's basically Robert Giordano, followed by the word actor.com, and on Instagram, and then on most platforms.
That was
Stay safe out there with coronavirus, everyone.
But
Take
you're
care.
on Facebook too, right?
Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
That's true. And how about you, Romy, Mario?
So I gotta be honest with this. You know, this time I had to modify my handle and I had to put it Mario Corona, no virus, just to be clear on that. And so you can find me on Mario Corona on Facebook and on Instagram, just like that, Mario Corona. And if you're out there and if you're looking for opportunities start with a thought. And if you have a thought that resonates with you, then build it up and gather your team and do some whatever you have to do so you can materialize that dream that you have.
That's very, very, very well said. And you have a website, don't you?
I do. Well, I was working on the website, but I do not have it yet.
Yeah, I remember we were working on it when you were here. So
yeah, but it's the IMDb, but nothing else than that.
Got it. Well, mine is Vanhe Tapia, and you can read whatever the name is, Vanhe Tapia, and you can find me in my website and all my handles, social media as Vanhe Tapia, and actor/actor/.com, also vanhetapia.com, and all the handles are actor/. Remember to put 2 S together. And for the festival, the Baja California International Film Festival here in Facebook, if you are watching this because it was shared, this is broadcasting directly from the Baja California International Film Festival. That's how it is on Facebook. On Twitter and Instagram, both of them are as Baja_Festival, and their website is just the BCIFF.mx. Go right now, really, because there are more programs to come throughout the day. Right now, we're continuing with Arte, and also go there because they will have all these free movies for you guys to watch, short films, everything throughout the week. They end up on the 28th. And we have right now here with us, Nelly Castañeda. She's the director of the festival who kindly invited us for the fourth time. So we're very excited to be here again. Nelly, thank you so much.
Thank you, Banque. Thank you all of you for being with us and being part of the festival. It's so nice to see Mario and Elena that I already met them in LA. Mario, with your t-shirt de Tijuana. Thank you.
Yeah, like we say in Mexico, nos ponemos la playera, ¿no?
Sí,
la camisa.
no, al 100. Gracias. Yeah. Nice to meeting you, Catherine and Robert. It was a pleasure to having you
Likewise.
With us. And thank you, Banque, for all your hard work and doing all these things about actor/helping as an actress, helping another actors to promote their work is wonderful from you. And we really appreciate it. And all our co-production with you, it's been working really nice. Thank you so much. And welcome to the festival.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nelly.
Thank you, Mario.
Stay tuned. In half an hour, we're coming back with another show at the Baja California International Film Festival. Let's go to the closing video.
Bye, Pierce.
Bye.
Bye.
Hasta luego.
Bye bye.